My next guest this evening is joining me all the way across the pond from Brighton, United Kingdom, all the way from the UK tonight. I'd like everybody to meet lead vocalist Tom. On guitar is Ryan. On bass is Nick. And drummer is Seb. And these four individuals make up the band Luna Blue. How we all doing?
Yeah!
Yeah, great, Vicky.
Nick's doing better than all of us.
Yeah. So why don't you we go down the line and tell us a little bit of what you do in the band, and we'll kind of go from there.
All right, start with Tom, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Man, if you must.
So, yeah, my name's Tom. I sing in the band and play a little bit of guitar. And for a job, I am a piano teacher.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Very cool.
I've just finished work now, so I just grabbed a quick coffee, so I'm waiting for the coffee to sink in, and then I'll
Literally, you put the Zoom address on our I think Seb put the Zoom address on our Facebook chat, and then Tom was like, "Wait, I'm still finishing off a student. Hang on."
Well, I'm glad you could jump from class all the way over to here to do this. Definitely appreciate it. So, rest of the band, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Go on, Ryan.
Go on, I'll go next. All right. Hi, my name is Ryan. I am the guitarist for Luna Blue. I'm also a teacher. I teach guitar. That's also my job. We are a band full of teachers, apart from Seb.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Hello. Oh,
next
okay.
speaker.
Sorry. Hello, I'm Nick. Can I speak now? Can I speak? Sorry.
Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Nick. I play the big guitar, and
Big guitar.
the big guitar, and I'm also a teacher. I teach guitar and bass and trumpet. I'm the weird member of the band. I bring a whole new level of sassiness and weirdness, and I'm also the one who's the most difficult to get in contact. I can go days without putting them anything in the chat, and then it will be like, "What's going on?" And they'll be like, "Nick, hashtag read the chat."
He's the man of mystery in the band. Every band needs one. Every band needs a mystery man.
It's quite the mystery as well.
Just bunks out for the entire conversation.
I don't think anyone's figured Nick out, to be honest with you.
From another planet, pretty much.
Hi, I'm Seb, and I play drums. And I like to party.
And he likes to party.
I like to party.
Is he Seb single and here to party?
That's right. That is exactly it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Very single.
Seb's out on the floor.
Don't forget to tell everyone your job as well, Seb.
No, what do you do?
No one needs to know that.
That's okay. You don't need to share that.
I'm a lettings agent, so yeah.
I was almost expecting a fans only plug.
Well, there's that too. I didn't know if that was appropriate, but
Well, we are NC-17 to some degree.
well, there we go. I'm single. I like to party and get on my OnlyFans.
No. Perfect. Yeah, it was all about that self-promotion here. So, for those who may have never heard of Luna Blue before, describe the band and your sound.
Ooh.
We're an indie rock band. We're like Don Broco fused with Two Door Cinema Club, fused with not so much Pink Floyd anymore, but we used to be. Fused with Bowls. Fused with Blue.
And maybe
that's
some
it.
Chili Peppers. Maybe
maybe some Chili Peppers. We got there you go. That kind of sums it up, I think.
Largely influenced from all over indie rock band. Now, how long you guys been together for?
Since 2015, I think. We don't talk about 2015, so we say since 2016 because we weren't very good in 2015.
That's the formative years are always something else. You know, they take a little time to find your voice. You know, sometimes you got to write a bunch of songs you hate to get to the ones that you really like.
Yeah, this is why we don't talk about 2019.
You guys have some embarrassing covers.
Oh, do we?
Oh God!
Oh my God! Did I hit a sore subject?
I think my favourite was the half cover of Schism by
Oh.
me and Nick decided to do.
I remember when we did this, we said to ourselves, this is going to be a great idea.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't.
You know, here in the
Right.
States, every bass player uses Schism to tune their bass and has since 2001.
It's a cracking song.
Go
It's one
for
of the
it.
best band in the entire world, and that's not like that's not an opinion. That's a fact.
Tool is phenomenal. I mean, you know, they're a very talented band. But at every bassist I've ever had, the second they plug in their bass, little adjustment. There it is.
It's a magical song. It's a magical song.
It's a great album. Now, would you say that, you know, being an influence of some of your guys' style? I mean, at least in musically in the way that you've trained.
Yes, for me, and I think probably for Nick as well, in terms of prog
yeah,
metal.
Saul and stuff. Yeah, prog. We're like me and Seb are massive prog metal heads.
Really?
We love our Meshuggah, our Tesseract, Periphery, Agent Fresco, all of those guys.
Oh,
Carnival.
I was, you know, and that's the thing. It's like everybody likes multiple genres. I'm always surprised to hear, you know, that, especially, you know, from different bands. Periphery, oh my God, they are phenomenal.
They're so good.
And they don't get enough credit. They really don't. Like, I mean, they're big, but like when you think of like that, you think of, you know, Meshuggah and, you know, band, you know, that takes the cake like that. And then obviously, you know, Tool, but Periphery, they are just phenomenal.
They're killing it right now, aren't they? They're absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
They're like one of the biggest names in metal at the moment, I think, which is
Well, in prog metal.
In prog,
metal, yeah, but,
you know.
Yeah, okay.
But there's been some great, you know, you've had like Animals as Leaders come out as well.
Oh, yes.
And,
There's always this part of every interview we do where me and Seb are just like, prog!
We sort of
I
take
love
over
it,
this
you know.
film.
I grew up on, you know, my parents playing me classic, you know, 70s and 80s prog metal and stuff like that, and
Really?
very like
That's
lots
insane.
of like it's a psychedelic rock. I mean, that's what happens when you're raised by hippies and bikers. So you end up with a me.
My dad listens to Taylor Swift, so you know, I don't know what happened to me.
My father's like the biggest Pearl Jam fan I know. It's
Oh yes, to be fair, so is my
but
dad.
like even
Fantastic.
growing up, not like just like, oh, not to say like Pearl Jam's a dad band, but
They are a bit.
Pearl Jam are sick.
but that's the thing. It's like I grew up, you know, grew up listening to them and a lot of the grunge scene, like them and Mudhoney and bands like Alice in Chains and Soundgarden, and all that to my dad. What were some of your guys' early influences, you know, when you first started getting into music and things like that?
Or individually.
Yeah, individually.
I don't really know what influenced us for our own for Lunar Blue for our writing. I guess stuff like Pink Floyd definitely came into it. Our very early stuff was a lot more proggy, I suppose.
Yeah, not metal, but proggy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess, I don't know, it started to morph more into, because we always had like prog, we've been described as prog pop in our early days. I think we kind of took the more pop and indie side of things and ran with that a bit more. So I guess it's morphed into more Foals and, you know, what we said before. But I don't know, as individuals, I mean, me certainly has been prog all along. I've always been into that stuff, and indie and rock and stuff as well. But I guess a variety of things.
Absolutely. What about the rest of you guys? What were some of the things you were into?
Go on, Tom.
So if we're talking like the early stages of Lunar Blue, I came to university, and it was when I learned to play guitar. So I didn't really know don't really. So I used to listen to just like singer-songwriters like Newton Faulkner, Ben Howard. So I used to just take like guitar acoustic techniques, and then meet up with these guys and then kind of write from there. Singing, I hadn't sang before.
We'll talk about that later.
found my love for Jeff Buckley straight away when I kind of went into the singing world, and have never looked back. And yeah, listened to Jeff Buckley and female jazz artists like Nina Simone and Ella and all those kind of things, which is still what I listen to now.
That is great. I mean, if you can find influence from all different genres, I really think it makes you more of a well-rounded musician. And especially in your formative years, you're listening to Jeff Buckley, you're listening to this, you're just trying to pull in, just being a sponge and just trying to take it to find your own voice. You think it was, like you said, you guys did a lot of covers early on. Do you think that was kind of helpful in the formative years to kind of help form your voice for Luna Blue?
It taught us what not to do, I think, with the way that we covered it. I
think when we started playing stuff, we did a cover of "Adventure of a Lifetime" by Coldplay.
Yeah,
that was I still stand by that cover.
Yeah, well,
I still stand by that.
Playing stuff like that, and then because we were all quite new to sort of playing to crowds and things. So I think when we have our old stuff, and then there's this transition periods, and when we started playing that Coldplay song, and you sort of start seeing the audience moving and really getting engaged and stuff. I think that's kind of where we thought, okay, maybe we need to start pushing down this sort of route a bit more.
Nice. And what about some of the other influences here on the band?
So I guess most of it is probably from me personally, is from my dad, because my dad's still is a music teacher. So when you grow up in a house, when your mum's a drama teacher, dad's a music teacher, you got like all this performance stuff. And then like, I remember my granddad in particular spent my entire childhood and teenage years trying to basically get me to go into like jazz and classical trumpet playing, which I still do now. Like, I got my grade 8 when I was 16, but like, it's not like been like the tunnely thing that I wanted to do. But it's definitely like that side of things definitely played a massive part, not only in my role as a musician, but also my role in Luna Blue as well, I feel. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, my dad, there you go, short answer.
So how do we go through everybody?
I don't think Ryan.
Oh yeah, go on, I'll say, go on.
I'm still here.
So I think, well, firstly, my brother used to listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot, so that got me into music. And then I used to listen to a lot of stuff like Blur, like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blur. I went through a really big Gorillaz phase, Green Day and stuff like that. And then what really got me into playing guitar was Jimi Hendrix. The first time I really started deeply listening to Jimi Hendrix, it just really spoke to me, I think. And then that's what made me really want to push myself with guitar. So that, yeah, all that sort of stuff. And then meeting Seb, I think he got me into metal in quite a big way. When I learned about Tool, that learning about Tool definitely got me into metal. And then I remember when I used to work at Toys R Us, I used to listen to Phil Jarta on the way to like some of the heaviest prog you can possibly think of. Going off to go sell toys.
Fuck these Legos.
I find that
I don't even know what
funny.
this is, but I'm just gonna put it over here. And I don't mean, and if Lego's watching, I don't mean fuck Legos, because I love Legos.
I love Legos too.
Hey, Punky, have you heard Phil Jarta?
Have I heard who?
Phil Jarta.
Bill Jarter?
Phil Jarta. If you like your metal and your prog, mate, they are the most. I've described them as the sound of evil. Like they have a track where it's like they pick all the notes that don't go together. And they just chuck them in, and then they've got a track where they just sample the sound of babies crying, just in the middle of the track before the breakdown. You're just like, yeah, this is horrible.
Take all these diminished minors. It's fine. And we're just gonna put them all
Exactly.
Yeah, it's horrid. So Ryan's like stuck in his fucking Legos on the shelf.
I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Oh, please do, man. Please do.
How did
you will not regret it.
all of you guys end up together?
University.
Severe bad luck.
Bad luck. Pick the short straw.
we all studied music together at the same university. So, and you know, I think like what you were saying earlier about having a different range of genres. I think that's kind of studying at a university, studying music does that as well. Because like you'd walk down the corridor between practice rooms and you'd have like an orchestra in one room and then like a jazz band in another room, metal band, rock band, indie band. So there's just so much stuff, like you could just play anything
Happening all the time.
happening
Yeah,
everywhere.
exactly.
So if you wanted to go and experiment and do something a little bit different, you had the opportunity to.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's
Yeah.
phenomenal. So did the band form when you guys were all in university, or was it something that happened after?
Yes, we went to the
Yeah.
University of Chichester.
Tom kept bothering me to come round to my dorm, and
Oh yeah.
and he was like, "Hey man, do you wanna come jam?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then we wrote some of the most abysmal music you ever heard in your life. In fact, we wrote a song and we put it up on Facebook and showed the world. And then I remember coming back to our dorms one day, and my housemate was like, "Listen, Ryan, this is really, really cringy." So, after that, we sort of reevaluated it. I think we even did one live show where it was just me and Tom. So I was playing guitar and Tom was singing in it.
Yeah, but this was before any singing lessons. Before like I'd been in a band, like you guys hadn't been in bands, and it was just beautiful.
Yeah,
A moment in history. Remember.
Shall we talk about Tom's vocals for a sec?
Absolutely.
So,
I'm so sure of it.
so if you go and listen to our music now, there's no doubt that Tom is an incredible vocalist now, and we love having him, and he's sick. But back in 2015, he could not sing for shit, and it was so bad, man. It was so bad. I'm not saying we were any better. It's just the fact that Tom was the shittest at the time.
we say
And
this. We
basically,
say this with
it was
pure love.
like, yeah, it was basically like, so we basically, I don't know, at some point we sat him down in Spoons, got him really, really, really drunk, and was like, "Tom, you're shit." And then there were lots of tears, and but then he, I don't know, it kind of set something off in him and started practicing 3 hours a day for 4 years, and now he's good. There you go.
That's, sometimes you just need a hard kick in the ass from your friends,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then it definitely helps.